Where you coming from?
Texas, bro.
Texas? What part?
Houston. We're about an hour and a half away from Houston. Crockett, Texas.
Everything's an hour and a half away.
I'm telling you. I was like, man. And then my phone was kind of jacked up with the media. I was like, man, you probably sent me a message showing like confirming an appointment. Yeah. And I was telling my wife, man, 11:30. I gotta be there 11:30. And here I am. What's up, though, show? Glad to be here, man. Stone Crab.
So what are you getting done, bro?
I'm gonna do a slick back, bro, with the mid taper.
Mid taper?
Yeah, with the Angel Raws beard.
Okay.
You do that, bro? Got me?
Man, on the sides. What do you want to do, like on the sides, lengthwise?
Shoot, whatever you feel, bro. You
Okay.
see how that weight right here?
Yep. You want me to lay that out?
Lay that out and shoot off the top, bro. It's over my eyes. I really take that.
Take that down some?
Yeah, to where it's out of my eyes.
Right above your eyes?
Yes, sir.
YouTube. So you saw in the consultation, man, he wanted it above his eyes, the fringe area. So what I did was I took a section from the front, brought it all down, and I'm over directing it a little bit below his eyebrows because his hair's wet right now, and I figure his hair's gonna dry and it's gonna like bounce up a little bit, and it'll be above his eyebrows where he wants it. So once we've done that, we have a guide for the rest of the cut. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use that length to create the shape for the rest of the cut, all the way through the middle, going into the back and connecting it to the sides. And then once we've done that, we'll work our way over side to side using this length that we cut here in the middle as our guide for each of the sections that we're going to grab once we've cut this. This is pretty much our, see what I'm doing? So that's what I'm doing. So on this side, I'm just grabbing sections next to the middle and connecting it to the middle. And then we're just making sure everything's connected in the back here. And doing the same thing on this side. Now we'll take horizontal sections to cross check and just make sure it's all even. And what I mean by even is I'm bringing the hair directly up and I'm cutting everything squared. Just making sure that it connects to that middle section that we cut previously. All right, once we've done that, we'll section off the fringe area, and we're just gonna go ahead and start to connect the sides here to the top. And so the reason why we're not connecting the fringe area is because it's a lot longer than the sides, and if we connect the fringe area to the sides, it's gonna mess up the whole shape on the top. All right, so that pretty much completes the scissor work. We're gonna do some clipper over comb and stuff, but what I'm doing here is I'm applying a little bit of product, a little bit of like a clay, and then we're gonna go ahead and blow dry the hair because this will allow me to kind of cut into the style, into the finished product. And the clay's, he wants like a slick back, but the clay's gonna give it a really strong hold at the root area. And then what we'll do as a topper or a finishing product is we'll slick it back later with like a more of a medium shine pomade. So from right now, this is just for the purpose of the haircut. And we're just blow drying it into the shape pretty much that we want. All right, once we've done that, we're gonna go ahead and comb everything down and start to remove some of this bulk and get it ready for a clean taper, man. And I know like some people ain't gonna like that technique, but I don't care. This will allow me to add some length to that number 4. If I'm using a number 4 right around the ears, right around his hairline, I can add a little bit of length to that 4 and blend it into the shear work by just putting a comb underneath that number 4 guard. Works for me. If you don't like it, too bad. All right, so we did the bald line. Now we're doing the blade all the way open. I'm gonna start to take out that bottom line. After that blade open, we're gonna go to the 1.5 guard, and we're all the way open. Underneath that, we'll go to our half guard, or the 1/16, and we'll close it little by little. 1.5 millimeters. Underneath the 1.5 millimeters, we will go back to the blade all the way open, closing it little by little until I feel like it has a nice transition, a nice gradients to it. Because sometimes it could look like too much hair stubble in between the bald area into like the darker areas, and then it just doesn't look as gradient as it could be. So this is where we're doing a little bit of detail work, but ultimately once we line it up, then we could definitely bring it to the next level. All right, so we'll go ahead and start to do the back, and we're doing the same thing with this number 4 guard to debulk. Might do a number 4 clip over comb, number 4 clip over comb technique that everybody should like. Don't hate on this technique. Don't hate on that technique right there. All right, once we've done that, we've debulked it. We know we're gonna blend into a number 4, so we're gonna go ahead and ball this out, create our initial guideline, and then we're gonna do the same thing that we did on the side. We're gonna do followed up with the shaver to get it really nice and light, and then we're gonna go blade open, blend that out by going clipper close and opening it little by little until that bottom line and this section is blended. It has a little bit of gradients to it. It's gonna be a subtle gradients, right? And then after that, we're gonna use the 1.5 guard, blend that out with the half guard, and then detail it. And these Babyliss clippers, they've been good to me, man. And I just replaced the battery with the 245 Eco battery for Babyliss Clipper FXs. Things purring, running beautifully. It was a little tough, the back taper here, just because I felt like that the color, the green and the black, and then the gradients from the fade, it made it kind of difficult to make it look as gradient as possible, and I didn't want to bring the fade up too high in the back, so I did my best to try to keep it balanced. You know what I mean? So above the 1.5 guard where I left off, I went to that number 3 guard, open, 3 guard, close, and I started blending down with this number 2 guard. You can see my tooth is broken. And I was just doing that to try to get that blend to look better, to look more spread out. I didn't have to do this with the sides, but in the back I had to. Underneath that number 2 guard, I'm using my 1 guard all the way open. And then you can see above the 1 guard open where I just left off, I just tried to spread the blend out a little bit more with this 1.5 guard. Use some blending shears, and you can see it's starting to come out a little bit better. I feel like it's spread. It's got a nicer spread in the blend, but it's not too high. You know what I mean? All right, so we're gonna do this side right here. I'm gonna let you guys follow along with the color guide on the bottom left corner. All right, so the blend's looking pretty good. We're doing some more of that number 4 clip over comb technique. The number 4 over comb technique. I don't know, I need to come up with a name for that. All right, so pretty much the haircut's complete. We haven't lined it up, but while I'm here, I'm gonna go ahead and start blending the beard in. He had mentioned Angel Ross. Angel got that faded beard, like that really faded beard, and then it's enhanced and then it's chiseled. So we're gonna do the best we can to try to duplicate that look. And the way I fade in my beards is I need the same amount of space to create that transition from light to dark. I need that same amount of space with beards. So, but for me, like, I can keep that sideburn area lined up by using the blade open, and as I get closer to the taper, then I'll completely bald it out. But I feel like that'll give me enough hair to line up, especially with like a razor. But technically, the way that Angel does his beard is like super faded in, right? All right, my man is talking, so we're gonna try to finesse this without messing up his beard. So his beard, his goatee it looked really disconnected. So what I'm trying to do is he didn't want a lot of length off. So what I'm trying to do is get it to blend into the fade on the beard without taking too much length off. So I'm just working with what I got. So now we're doing the C cup, man. We're gonna get this thing, and the C, you can see right away the C cup just made the taper just look that much better. Getting that neck taper clean. And all I'm doing here is I'm just kind of doing some trimmer over comb just to get the lineup to pop a little bit more. It'll allow the lineup to last longer too. All right, and then he doesn't keep the mustache, so I'm gonna go ahead and shave it off. We'll follow that up with the shaver. He did want it lined up in the front, but we're not gonna like push him back to get it the most straight as possible, because he's gonna slick back his hair. So you definitely don't want to try to give him a super, dark or defined hairline, because that's gonna grow back terribly. So we just cleaned it up. And now we're gonna follow it up with the razor, try to get as nice as a line as we can without enhancement. It looks really, really good, but Angel Ross, he has that defined, sharp look, so we're gonna have to definitely enhance the beard area, and just try to get it as sharp as we can. And I'm using the 245 triple cartridge razor, where you can get 3 different blade exposures with one razor handle. Alright, so I'm gonna wet the hair just a little bit, reactivate the clay, try to brush it back and kind of slick it back, and then we're gonna add the pomade, the topper. This is called cocktailing product. So now I got my pomade. You guys can see right away it's adding a little bit of shine, more of a slick look, and that's gonna give it kind of like all day hold. We'll finish it off with some hairspray, and then we'll enhance the cut. You guys know me, I don't really overdo it. I just try to complement the cut as much as I can. And so I use a lot of overspray, and you can see the line is not super dark, but it's enough to almost look as natural as possible. You guys can see the little beard line. I feel like if I made it too dark, it would have just looked too extra, right? So guys, that was the before. This is the after. Got the slick back with the taper, with the green hair, faded beard. Let me know what you guys thought about the cut in the comment section. I hope you guys learned something, and I appreciate y'all always tuning in to your boy's channel. See you on the next one.